Out of everyone the Straw Hats have helped, Vivi sticks out the most. Why? Well, she's the only one who actually joined the crew. She sailed from island to island, she shared pain with them, and finally she made sacrifices for them, as they did her. It's a bond resembling family. Out of every honorable Straw Hat, Vivi is the only one who felt like she should have always been there. But the best part is, her story still continues. Even nearly 1,000 chapters later, Vivi is more than relevant in an ever-growing dark plot. Simply put, I don't think Oda will ever be able to create a character as effective as Vivi. So today I wanted to go through her story and explore exactly why she's so perfect. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the video. Guided to a quiet island by a mysterious Miss Wednesday, our introduction to Vivi begins in a rather obvious plot. On this island, the Straw Hats are urged to relax, party, and before long, pass out on this paradise. But little do they know, this island is full of bounty hunters. It's positioned right at the start of the Grand Line, so upstarts stumble in and are fooled, all before their bounties are taken. But Zoro isn't so oblivious. With ease, Zoro faces 100 bounty hunters. He cuts them down, survives impossible odds, and beats encounters with people twice his size. He even beats that Miss Wednesday from before, yet this is when two new players appear. They approach Miss Wednesday and reveal they will be eliminating her. She is part of a monarchy that has infiltrated their organization. Miss Wednesday, the one who started this all, is none other than Nefertari Vivi, Princess of Alabasta. Zoro and Nami, who have now woken up, hear of this, and upon negotiating a deal, Zoro steps in to save Vivi. Luffy and Zoro then fight. Their battle defeats all the enemies, and thanks to Nami, all calms down and we finally hear the situation from Vivi. She's the Princess of Alabasta, a nation that was once the most peaceful, but in recent times, it's become rebellious. And it all seems to coincide with the appearance of a certain organization. Baroque Works is a secret, hidden in the shadows organization that seeks to rule Alabasta, one headed by Crocodile, a warlord of the sea. Oh, but no one was meant to hear this secret. They've exposed it and now they're going to be hunted. And so, Vivi's allies give her and the Straw Hats a plan, before setting out to see themselves to be a decoy. Yet in a moment their ship is tracked and blown to bits. Vivi is speechless, angry to the point of bleeding, and all understanding how serious this now is, take Vivi onto their ship. But Miss All Sunday awaits them. This woman is Baroque Works' second in command, and she shows this by disarming the Straw Hats before taunting them, all before leaving with a smile. They found themselves in a weird situation against a very strong foe. And so, joined by Vivi, they all sail towards this fate they've now been enveloped into. Yeah, what an appearance. Vivi is established as this troubled princess in the need of saving for the sake of her kingdom. It's a tale as old as time, a princess in trouble needing saving from a glorious group of heroes. And for her first honorary Straw Hat, well, I think it's perfect. Also, when I say honorary Straw Hat, I mean someone who isn't officially in the crew with them all the time. I mean all the characters who have basically been their best friends and could have joined the crew, even though Vivi technically did join the crew. I'm just including her in that category so I don't have to explain it every single time. Vivi is also a symbol to state One Piece is getting even crazier. Heading into the Grand Line has made the series a lot more grand, so to say. Yeah, I'll go home. With her, we get a look into some heavier topics, things like war, heavy politics, and such. While we got a glimpse in Arlong, Vivi is like a whole different level. Alongside her, we're introduced to a big criminal organization, which is the first for One Piece. Here we see that they have bounty hunter bases, members that can throw the Straw Hats off completely, and they're completely secret. They're all over the line and can appear anywhere. Not to mention, they are led by a warlord, which is completely unheard of at this point of the story. Vivi, just as much as she is her own story, she's an icon to show that things are going to heat up a lot for the series, and it only begins right here. After Whiskey Peak, the group head towards Little Garden, and here, while the point is to express the randomness and the dangers of Baroque works, we also get many moments that tell us about our new crew member, Vivi. Luffy of course wants to go adventure, and surprisingly, Vivi opts to join him. They head out both excited, they find the same random things cool, and they even had the same exact reaction to a dinosaur. These two are unexpectedly similar already. Vivi constantly reflects off of Luffy. Simply putting her beside him is a very smart story choice, as obviously, Luffy being the main character, her being buddy-buddy with him is only going to make us like her more, while also serving as a fun way to tell us more about her. This likable growth continues as we see the giant speak of warrior code, an idea Vivi can't understand why Luffy cares for. Then, when they're attacked and Luffy is upset their code is broken, she again can't understand it. Vivi does not understand why Luffy acts like this. Why would a wanted pirate care for a giant's duel? Not only is she very surprised by Luffy being a good pirate, but that he actually cares for others. This paints the picture that Vivi is a bit naive, expected of a princess to be fair, but what's notable is that instead of responding to the unknown with fear, she listens to understand. It's a very kind trait, and it's shown with how she trusts the crew so much after she views these efforts. It's then another battle against Baroque works happens, where Vivi is a part of this scene just as much as everyone else, really letting us feel like she is naturally part of this, like she was always meant to be here. There's even scenes like where Zoro is gonna cut off his legs to fight back, and Vivi says out loud, makes it a point that she is with them. She will stand by them if they do that. This mini arc serves as a great presentation for Vivi understanding the Straw Hats. That is, many would say, they aren't normal pirates, and with how close they've already gotten, you can tell Vivi herself sees this. Though Vivi is instantly tested, as from here they can set sail to Alabasta, Vivi is determined to save her kingdom, and everyone is on board with this. They can actually go and do it now. But then, Nami comes down with a life-threatening illness. Alongside this, it's revealed through newspapers the situation in Alabasta has reached new heights. The more time wasted, the more people will die. And so, will Vivi push on to Alabasta? Or will she consider Nami's life? Well, surprisingly, she chooses both. They need to make it to Alabasta, so find a doctor as fast as possible. Nami needs to be well so they can get to Alabasta sooner. While Vivi states this was selfish, I personally take it as it's a showcase that both are equally important to her. These people she's now seen in action are good to her, and her kind heart will do anything for them, even delay her return to her all-important kingdom. It's actions like these that really make Vivi so lovable. She would lay everything aside for the Straw Hats, as they would for each other. They find the doctor in the form of Drum Island, and of course, while this mini arc is all about Chopper, Vivi is still very present. She stays next to Nami as she sleeps. She's constantly helping, and when Luffy makes an impulsive decision, she calls it out, illustrating she's as part of the crew as much as everyone else. It's then as they finally near Alabasta, they meet Bon Clay. The clone fruit is shown, and so they finally get a chance to plan. Arriving to the idea, they shall all carry a sign of friendship. With this, Alabasta's right in front of them. Vivi isn't just friendly with everyone, she's a part of them now. The symbol they've all taken is proof of this quest. A quest of friendship for Vivi. And so, it begins. The point here is that yes, Vivi was thrust onto us. She was made an honorary Straw Hat before we even got to know her. But unlike most tales, Vivi's story doesn't even begin to really get solved here. We're just now only getting to Alabasta. While like always, Luffy views conviction and instantly gets a great emotional understanding for a person, for their situation, this time we don't rush into that situation. The resolution for Vivi isn't given to us instantly, we take time getting to it. Here, she joins for nearly 50 chapters before it even gets started. We're given plenty of time to grow attached, to understand, and to most importantly, feel for her. All of it being very well done. At this point in the story, Vivi is by all definitions a straw hat to us, and it's never even said. But the point I'm making here, that I've probably taken way too long to get to, is time. Vivi spends time with us as a real part of the crew, and while it was forced at the beginning, we watch it go from that to just as natural as someone like Usopp joining the crew. And just like everyone else who has joined the crew, we want to see her tale resolved. We want her character to be happy. She deserves it. And so, let's go get into that. In Alabasta, their first goal is to reach Yuba, to find the leader of the rebels and convince them to stop the mindless violence. Vivi then soon explains how Crocodile built hatred for the king. There were droughts everywhere but the capital, and soon dance powder, a powder that creates artificial rain at the cost of droughts everywhere, was found. Vivi's father was framed, and it led to bloodshed, rebellion, it shattered trust, and lastly, it destroyed the peaceful kingdom known as Alabasta. All of it was done by Crocodile. Vivi breaks down as Luffy crumbles a building. Hearing her story, he's incredibly angry. Vivi shared her pain, and since she's their friend, they will share it too. Luffy is able to see that Vivi is kind, he's good with people, and so he can see that she wants the best for everyone. It's not all about her, it's for them. And so they will happily join and help her. Though with this, great effort has been put into presenting Vivi's struggle. That while yes, this of course affects her deeply, to her, it's always more about the kingdom than anything, showing her to be very selfless. Reaching Yuba, they find Toto, a citizen who believes in the king. He left to Yuba to find new water, and has been digging for it for years alone. A sight that brings Vivi to tears and reminds her of her past. A boy confronts the king, Cobra, because of the lack of water. It's Toto's son, Koza, and watching this, a young Vivi gets into a fight with the boy because he spoke bad about the kingdom. Vivi ends up being friends with this Koza and his group, this alone being a big sight of what the kingdom of Alabasta is. Status doesn't matter, the princess will mingle with anyone. This group then protects Vivi from bandits after her, protecting her to the point of blood being shed. Thankfully, they're saved by Vivi's father, but Vivi cries knowing people were willing to die for her. Cobra then thanks Koza for saving her, asking, does he love the kingdom? Of course he does, yet before our eyes, the same Koza is now the rebel leader. The point of this is clear, the kingdom has changed. Due to the sandstorm crocodiles created, people rebel. But these people don't rebel because they hate the kingdom, they rebel because they hate what the kingdom is currently doing. All said and done, the love is still there. While Vivi on the other hand is shown to have a good heart, a trait her father calls good for the country. A good heart, a kind selfless heart, brings people around her. And as princess, it therefore creates a love for the country. This is exactly why the elder Toto can believe in Vivi. He can believe in her when she smiles and states she'll stop the rebellion. Her selflessness is what a leader needs, and what Alabasta needs is a bright light to steer away the sandstorm crocodiles made. It can only be Vivi. Though despite this bright moment, as they walk away, Luffy sits down. He refuses to move. He quits. Luffy wants to beat Crocodile, yet stopping the rebels won't beat Crocodile. Sure, they beat the rebels, but Crocodile will just start something else. Vivi thinks she can stop everything and everyone will live. It's incredibly naive. People are going to die. She grows angry and slaps Luffy. Don't say that. The kingdom isn't to blame. She wants to save them without death. Why is that bad? Luffy punches back. He can see it. He can see what needs to be done. The point isn't that they can't, it's that she can't. It's impossible for everybody to survive. And even then, Vivi thinks she's gonna do it all on her own. Vivi constantly states that she's going to be the one to stop Crocodile. It's I, me, I'm. But she sailed with them. She needed them to get here. She bears their mark of friendship. They are all together. So she needs to let them help her. She cries hearing this, a sign she was holding everything in. She put everyone else's, her country's pain, all before her own. With tears and acceptance, it says everything it needs to. They can do this together. Crocodile has to go down for the sandstorm to clear. With this, the stage for the final clash is set. Baroque Works wants to get rid of Vivi, as her voice is the one thing that could stop the rebel leader, while Vivi rushes in alongside everyone else towards the capital. Here, we get a very important moment for Vivi. She encounters the rebels firsthand, and can do nothing. The puppeted slaughter begins before her eyes. Though she goes on, she learns something very important from the Straw Hats, that you can never give up. This is a big declaration we can actually feel for. She is worked before our very eyes in this manga to say this. We saw her firsthand experiencing and viewing struggle, and so this growth feels very rewarding. I also think it speaks volumes for Vivi that she encounters this danger and hope seems lost, but she still pushes on. Not for her, but for her kingdom. It's insanely selfless and it defines who she is. From here, everyone works to secure the battle against Baroque Works in their favor. And here, I want to point out Nami's battle specifically. This battle goes pretty against Nami's character at this point in time. Up to this point, Nami has been mainly stealth and trickery when it comes to how she fights. But here and from here on out, she does continue to have head-on clashes with foes. This is Nami willing to get hurt and get her hands dirty for Vivi, her foot impaled saying, "It doesn't hurt one bit." Do they know the pain she suffered? Compared to what Vivi has suffered, this bloody battle is nothing. And while there's many moments like this in One Piece, a bloody sacrifice to show how much someone means, this one with Vivi hits especially hard because of the effort put in to make us feel and appreciate her. She's not only like a real crew member to us, she clearly is one to the Straw Hats. But with this, Vivi reaches the palace and encounters Crocodile. Him revealing his grand goal of obtaining this land and kingdom, it's all for the ancient super weapon Pluton. He then goes on to say the kingdom will explode as soon as the rebels begin fighting, destroying everything as he swoops in and takes the weapon. Truly evil, leaving nothing behind. It's then Koza appears, the rebel leader hears the truth, and without a thought, Vivi screams at him to think straight. The most logical option is for him to stop the rebellion, but this too falls apart due to Crocodile. Chaos breaks out, Vivi falls apart, and is held in the sky by Crocodile as she cries, believing her kingdom truly is doomed. But Luffy saves her. She breaks down on his shoulder, and he states, "Don't worry, he can hear her." Like they fought about before, Vivi was trying to stop it all on her own. But with tears, she accepts that her friends are needed, and like that, she will now go save her citizens with full confidence Luffy will win. At the same time Luffy has a brutal brawl with Crocodile, Vivi painstakingly runs to disarm the bombs. And as the battle between Luffy and Croc heat up, the time ticks down for Vivi to disarm the bombs. And as the final punch is thrown and the bomb readies to detonate, both Vivi's guardian spirit Pell and Crocodile fly to the sky. Luffy has won, and Pell has sacrificed himself so the bomb would harm none. Vivi is speechless, out of breath, pained. The war is over, but why are they still fighting? Before she can care for herself, she screams at the top of her lungs, "Stop fighting." Rain falls. With rain on the desert kingdom, all look in awe. The fighting stopping as Luffy hits the ground. Rain has fallen once again, and so the nightmare is finally over. That night, Vivi watches the rain next to the sleeping Straw Hats. Even as morning comes, she's by their side caring for them, as if they were family, and they might as well be at this point. Vivi has deserved that spot. With this, they have a big party. The Straw Hats get bounties and they head out to sea. This moment leaving Vivi thinking of a conversation they had. They welcome Vivi to join the crew. She was already a Straw Hat in their eyes, and was given directions of what to do if she chose to come with them. She falls asleep with this thought, and in the morning, we view her choice. She's dressed in royal princess garbs, ready to address her kingdom, telling them about her journey. She's been on an adventure. It was a journey filled with hopes across a sea of despair. She's seen amazing things, other times it was dark, and in that darkness she encountered a small ship, one which helped her see the light. They never lost their way. It would dance happily on the waves, and to her, it was a light that would bring her into the future. Yet it's then at the peak of this marvelous speech, it's revealed it's not really Vivi on the stand. Rather, Vivi and her duck have ran to the shore, screaming to the Straw Hats while broadcasting her voice. She continues her speech. She can't go with them, but thanks them. They are her light. She wants to adventure, but she loves her kingdom more than everything. She breaks down crying as she recalls when they chose their symbol of friendship, the icon they all wear upon their wrists. If they see each other again, will she be their crewmate? They hold up their arms. Vivi smiles. No matter what, forever from then on, they all bear the sign of their friendship. There is never going to be another Vivi in One Piece. I don't think Oda can do a character quite like this ever again. While I've explored that I think it was due to the effort put into making us love her, making us see her as just another amazing Straw Hat, alongside this, Vivi's character itself, even without the Straw Hats, is very likable. In reality, Vivi is very simple. She's eternally kind, and this kindness isn't for herself, rather her entire nation. She's selfless and only wants the best for her kingdom, a trait that is shown time and time again and is perfect to show in a manga, as the real world only gets more troubling by the day. Vivi is shown to show that even traits like kindness and sheer determination can soothe people on a national level. That it is as simple as giving freedom, being a good leader, and having some conveniently very strong friends. All that can keep people happy and comfortable in the world of One Piece. Vivi is here to prove this to us. While yes, Luffy has shown this with Kuro, while yes, Luffy has shown this with Don Krieg, and while yes, Luffy has shown this even with Arlong, the point I'm trying to say is watching Vivi do it on a national scale proves everything. That what Luffy is doing, even if he is a pirate and by default bad, that what he is doing is right for the world. And yes, Luffy has done it multiple times since Alabasta here, but this was his first time giving a nation freedom, and that is pretty damn noticeable. It's a pretty damn noticeable moment we would have never seen if it wasn't for Vivi. Though this isn't quite where Vivi ends. Like everyone else, we get to see her react to the Straw Hats' bounties and their world-changing events, her being even more satisfying with how loved she is. But Vivi re-enters into the story as the big reverie kicks off, and in this big world meeting we get some adorable scenes of her meeting and helping tons of the other girls Luffy has met. I love that they can just bond over a shared love of just Luffy. Yet as soon as this event closes, rumors begin to swirl. Something has happened to Vivi. Sabo of the Revolutionary Army has killed her father, and she herself is now missing? It's an insane shock, one hard to believe, and considering it's something told through the government, yeah it is. It's very hard to believe. Matter of fact, it's all wrong. What really occurred was that Sabo overheard as King Cobra, Vivi's father, requested to speak with the elders of the government. He tells that Alabasta was part of the original 20 kingdoms that formed the government. This was clear to us, but what he reveals is that Queen Lily returned home after, continuing her bloodline into today. With Vivi, she's her descendant. Yet why is there no mention of Lily's name from then on? She matter of fact never returned to Alabasta. Why is it as if she's been erased from time? Cobra goes on. In Lily's name there was a certain character. In reality, her name was Lily D. Nefertari. What does it mean? The room is covered in silence as a black figure takes the throne. the throne of which no one should sit on. It's Imu. Imu refuses to answer anything, only saying this development has its roots in Lily's great mistake. If not for this mistake, the poneglyphs would not have been scattered across the world. The only thing recording the world's history was done by this very woman, Vivi's ancestor, leading Imu to ask, was it truly a mistake, or in reality planned? Imu asks to know the letter Cobra had that revealed Lily's name. He refuses, and is killed. Sabo tried to save him, but was told to live and tell Vivi everything. He was framed for it all as Vivi herself was kidnapped and put in another room. A room of which Wapol of all people rampantly runs through and saves her. From here, we learn of her current whereabouts on News Morgan's ship, who she's a bit upset with considering his coverage on Luffy. But here she gets the chance to listen to his escapades and Vegapunk's grand broadcast. And though this is all we currently see of her, when viewing the newspapers, ones made by the same Morgan Vivi is staying with, a friendship mark is noted to be on Luffy's hand. But funnily enough, the Straw Hats who joined after they met Vivi are the ones who find it. Could this be Vivi asking Luffy to remember their friendship? After all, I think it would be fair to say she needs him more than ever right now. So I imagine whenever Elbaf ends and Luffy finally views this newspaper, well, he's going to be very concerned. And as of writing this video, this is all we have for Vivi. I think without a doubt we will see her soon. That small little thing of the newspaper The Cross was proof. She's a Straw Hat and she's in a very dire time. I think a meetup between them all, 900 chapters in the making, is perfect. Not to mention, we now know her ancestor is extremely important, giving Vivi a very big role to play later down the line. We can just only ask when and how. But with that, let me know what you think of Vivi, let me know what you think she's going to do, and let me know if you think she is the best honorary Straw Hat. Straw Hat that has joined the crew, kinda, not really, you know what I mean. Straw Hat buddy. She's also about to appear in the live action, and I'm probably gonna watch that as soon as this video drops. Let me know if it's good. I probably won't be finished, so I'll see you next time. Bye.